Hello, my name is Helmers. In 1988 I was in a very serious car accident with a drunk driver. I sustained critical injuries all over my body. The worst injuries were a brain injury, T8, T9, T10 vertebrae were compressed, L4, L5 were slightly fractured. My right knee was shattered, my left shoulder was dislocated. I had a tissue displacement in my right thigh. My pelvis was broken in two places in the pubic area. I had internal damage to bowel and bladder, blood clots on the lungs, and my front teeth were smashed as well. But anyway, out of all that, I spent about 2 months in hospital, in intensive care at St George Hospital, and then I was sent home to recuperate for another 5 months. I went back to work in immense pain, about 1 day a week, and then I was sent to Liverpool Brain Injury Unit for 2 years to have to rehabilitate my brain, because I couldn't read things, I couldn't remember anything, and because my job was with Sydney Water, I was doing contracts and had to talk to people, and it was just really frustrating for all concerned. And so then, I started having intense physio and then chiropractic and then acupuncture. I went to a pain management centre at Parramatta at one stage to try and get some help, but that really didn't work. I was getting really depressed, and sometimes I even felt suicidal. The pain was that intense. There just didn't seem to be any relief in sight, and being on drugs just brought other complications. So I started to wean myself off the painkillers, and it was actually my chiropractor said to me that I needed to change my job. Instead of sitting down, which was no good for me, he said, he suggested going back out in the field, doing maintenance work, and so that's what I've been doing basically since 2002. And so while I'm walking around, I don't sort of feel my pain so much. But anyway, moving on to August 2011, I was still having pain problems, and I was referred to Master Yang as someone who may be able to help me with my back pain. Also a heartbeat problem, which had developed from all the stress of having chronic pain. And Master Yang, he had a look at my x-rays, and he thought, yes, he could possibly help me in some way. So I started on some personal tuition with him for about 6 weeks, twice a week, and in that time my pain levels went from about 9 out of 10 to about 3 out of 10. I was really surprised. What I found out Master Yang's system that was so good with the exercises was that I could do it at work, I could do it at home, I could do it on the train if I was going to town, or on a bus. There was different exercises you could do to make your body work better. And what I do these days is basically every day, and most nights I do the meditation, I do the yoga exercises, I try and attend group training on Sundays. I'm feeling a lot better, my back's improved, it's a lot straighter, and I don't have any heart issues now. Before sometimes I was in hospital 13 times a year in intensive care with my heartbeat being very erratic, and for the last 12 months I've only been in the hospital once, so to me going to marching has been remarkable.